this has got to be one of the most hype live stream Wuthering Waves have to offer. I 100% believe that the Cyberpunk Edgerunners collab live stream is supposedly to be more hype than the anniversary itself. The anniversary got nothing on this collab. Both Lucy and Rebecca looks amazing. Definitely gonna get both of them. Definitely recommend everyone to try and get both of these characters because at the end of the day, they're gonna be limited and they're not gonna come back after their banner ends. So I encourage people that saved up their pools to actually just use them up on Lucy and Rebecca, and I will explain more on that later. I also want to talk about their gameplays. Their gameplays look dope. It looks really great. I'm very satisfied with how Lucy moves and stuff, but Rebecca is so much more expressive than Lucy. I would say her playstyle is much more unique. She jumps around a lot. She actually uses her gun. Lucy is so close to not being a gun user if it wasn't for this one animation right here. So if you have to ask me, Lucy or Rebecca, who am I excited most for? Rebecca seems to shine a bit more, in my opinion. But Lucy is very exciting. I will definitely want to pull for Lucy, even her sequences, and that is something I will talk about it later. Lucilla seems great. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much about Lucilla. She's great. She's good. And I believe this whole Edgerunners collab overshadowed the actual 3.4 patch. Even the Night City overshadowed the new area. And I do think Lucilla and the new area is not being talked about it enough because of this whole collab. But all in all, the Night City looks great. Lucy and Rebecca looks amazing. I'm definitely going to get both of them. Sequences as well. Going all in 100%. Probably not going to have any savings after the whole collab ends. But hey, you're not here to listen to the characters, how they work and all that stuff. You know what you want. You know why you click on this video. And that is to understand what the collabs, the gacha system, how they work, the banner, and maybe even their weapon banners. But before we get into that, here are the codes. Strange Visitors, Beyond the Door, and Let's Say Cheese. I will put these codes down in the description below if you want to just copy and paste it to your game. Okay, finally, we're gonna get into the collaboration, the convene, how it works. This is the banner, right? Now, they mentioned right here, the banner will be extended through the end of version 3.4. Now, we don't actually know what it means because they try to be as vague as possible, it seems. What do they mean? This banner will be extended through the end of the version 3.4. Will it go over 3.4 and still continue further on? Or will it just end once the 3.4 ends? Because that is kind of worrying for someone like me that only has about 50 pools saved up. I don't think I can catch up to what's coming later on, right? There's no way they are gonna be giving in one whole patch over 100 to 200 pools, right? That is somewhat impossible. So let's move forward right here. Now the rules for these collaboration convene events are a little different from the usual featured convenes. Now I have recommended people in the past that watches my stream or something like that, I probably have mentioned about this, do not convert your asteroids into the limited pool currencies because you don't know what could happen when the collab drops. When this collab drops, there's a possibility where you are going to be using a whole different currencies. And that is exactly what happened in the PGR, Kuro Games at a Game. So Punishing Grey Raven, they don't use the same pity, they don't use the same pool currencies for their collab Devil May Cry. And it seems like we are going on the same direction with Cyberpunk Edgerunners. So what sets them apart? For starters, the feature Resonator Convene for Lucy and Rebecca require Dreamcatcher Tide. There you have it. And for the weapon convenes, Spectral Trigger and Skull Treasure also will be using different pool currencies. Shadowforge Tide. Two of these banners, weapon banner and character banner, will be using completely different pool currencies. You'll still be using asteroids, but you're not going to be using Radiant Tide. So that's a little worrying for some people that have already converted into Radiant Tide. And here's why I'm worried about some of the players. That there are people like this that will convert their asteroids into Radiant Tides, the limited currencies. And this is something that actually happens. I don't know if there are whales or anything. I've seen more of these. I've seen people that convert the asteroids to 500 Radiant Tides. It is insane what's been going on lately, and honestly, that is on them. I mean, that is actually on them. Why would you convert? What gives you the reason to convert into Radiant Tide into limited currencies? But hey, all that is gone. All that is just in the past already. So let's just move forward and continue on with how this banner works. Now it doesn't end there. There's gotta be more here we have to talk about. Both currencies can be obtained. Let me show right here. Of course, you can buy the currencies through some gift packs and all that stuff. This is something normal, basic stuff, right? But there is this one event called Sweet Dream Tuning. Now, we don't know for sure how much they will be giving. But what's important is that you are able to get sequences for the characters. You can get Lucy or Rebecca sequence. I believe you can choose between the two. And then you will be able to get more of those sequences later on as well. But what about these pools, right? So the more you pool on this banner, on these collab banners, you will be gaining back the pools. But how much? Now I wonder, could these be counted as 10 pool, 20 pool, 30 pool, or will it be counted as 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 pools in? And then you will be getting a sequence for this character. 100, 120, 140, 160, you get the gist of it. You're gonna be getting all of these through maybe over 200 pulls. That is my expectations. Hopefully it's 200 pulls. I hope it doesn't go any further than that. That would be ridiculous, right? I don't think it's possible for someone like me, someone that has pulled for Denia or Chisa or even Mornye before this, will have enough currencies to get over 200. But rest assured, you will be getting pulls. How much pulls will this be getting? I really hope that it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that is a bit too less. That is a bit too less pools to be giving when you reach about over 100 pools, right? Again, this needs to be around 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So 70 pools in is like a minimum near pity, an early pity, I would say. You could say that you'll be getting... Now, I want to talk about more about how this banner will go. The corals. Unbelievable. There's a reason why I try to save my corals. And it's also for the collab. Now look. They give you a choice right here to be able to buy wave band sequences for the characters. Now you know what that means, right? Why would they even give you a choice other than this is not gonna be guaranteed? This whole banner is not gonna be guaranteed. That's why they will even consider giving you a choice to buy the wave band right away. Unless this wave band is cheaper than doing the pulls and have it guaranteed, you wouldn't need a wave band, right? You wouldn't need a wave band because you can still buy these limited pulls. You wouldn't need a wave band if the banner is guaranteed. You can just buy the pulls instead and continuously do more pulls. So it is pretty obvious that this banner right here will be having a 50-50. And honestly, that is so disappointing. Look, I'm not trying to be greedy here, but still, you expect something so limited that you even set a goal for players to do hundreds of pulls just for it to not be guaranteed. It's worrying, okay? Which is why I do hope they consider making this, not over 200. 200 is the max. Okay? I have 50 pulls right now. I am expecting we'll be getting at least 150 pulls in this whole patch because, Wuthering Waves, even the anniversary patch, it does give about around over 150 pulls. So why not just give the same amount as last time while you're at it? Now to guarantee more on the information about the whole 50-50 thing, I have it saved up right here. They did mention the guarantee count is shared. They mentioned straight up right there the guarantee count. So pretty obvious that there will be 50-50. So you will have a chance to get Lynae, unfortunately. Now, I would love to go more into this, but the whole collab thing, the whole banner thing really got me hooked, and I really just want to focus on that. We will be getting the new Depths of Elusive Realm. We'll be getting more events later on. There's a lot of QOL as well that I will be talking about. But man, the banners is a lot to talk about. And I would like to discuss with all of you in the comment section below. So if you have any thoughts surrounding the collab, the banner, the characters, leave it in the comments below. But moving on, something to be excited about, we will be getting Lynae new skin. Cosmetics. And it looks amazing, right? It looks nice. It looks very fitting on her. But not just that, we don't end there. We will be getting Mornye as well. She will be getting a cute little halo right there. I don't have Lynae on the other hand, so I'm just gonna leave it here. For those of you that have Lynae, I'm sure you guys are happy. But for me, I'm probably just gonna have this. Now, a little bit more information surrounding the gacha in this collab. We will be getting about 15 pools. Now, try to consider this as limited pools because usually we'll be getting about 5 Radiant Tides and 5 Lustrous Tide, the standard banner. Usually we'll be getting that. But this time around, we are getting about 15 limited pools, 15 Dream Chasers. Now, I do consider this as a big W. We are getting quite a lot of pools more than usual, which is why I am expecting that we'll be getting for the whole patch, for the entire patch, with the whole new region, 2 regions, maybe just 1, because I don't believe that Night City will be included as a new region. It is possibly that it's gonna be in Hyrule as well. I don't know, but it is 2 different areas that we'll be getting. So surely there is a lot of exploration to do, a lot of content to do. There's a lot of events, and not to mention the Elusive Realm will still go on. We are getting a lot of pools here. So I'm expecting over 100 pools are coming into our pockets. And that's the good news. I'm a happy man. I think a lot of players are happy with this patch going forward. Of course, I don't think that I need to explain to you that Rebecca is gonna be given for free. We know that already, right? We know about that for weeks already. They let us know immediately. They don't wait around for the live stream to come out. They have already confirmed that. And we've all known about that for a while. So yeah, I'm very happy about Rebecca being free because to me, personally, I do like her animation a lot more than Lucy. A lot of you may disagree with that, and I'm okay with it because I just don't know. The flashiness, the gameplay that Rebecca provides is kind of amazing. There's a couple more I want to talk about, which is the QOL in this new patch, in this latest patch. Instead of the usual do the weekly Depths of Elusive Realm and then be done with it, right? That's the weekly activity that we have before this. But now we have a point system. But I don't think we need to have this event right here. I think they can instead use different types of event. The event that we have here is a bit boring, it's a bit bland. I don't think people even played it. I feel like people played it once and then they be done with it and then they stop. I do think they should try and reconsider and change this event into the fishing event, the tower defense event. They could do so much more, right? You understand my point? So instead of focusing on this one event only, players can now choose what event they're gonna do and have a reason why they should do it and still able to gain rewards from it. But yeah, it seems like you can just do the normal weekly Elusive Realm still and just immediately get 6,000 points. So I would just do that, right? I feel like I have no reason to do the other ones. But from the looks of it, it doesn't seem like the rewards have changed. It's just a new point system. You can just do something else instead of doing the Elusive Realm. So at the end of the day, it's kind of a nothing burger if you ask me. You still get 160 asteroids. And I suppose the tuners you do get from the Elusive Realm as well before this. And one last QOL, it is small, it is not that much, but it is quite good that they made it seem more accessible for you to upgrade your characters, for you to find the locations and all that stuff. And they also finally recommend you which one you should upgrade first. And this is kind of neat, you know, like a lot of new players, they probably won't have enough immediately on the first time they play this game. So they're gonna want to upgrade the skill that matter most. So this is at the end of the day, a very decent and appreciated QOL. And that's about all I want to talk about. I'm really excited for the new collab, for the new patch to start. I'm not gonna talk about this one. Honestly, if I were to talk about this one, it really doesn't change all that much. Before and after the NVIDIA ray tracing thing, the before right here, and then they go smoothly after it later on right here. It just made it seem more darker. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, the reason why it's always lagging, it's always buffering the game. Yeah, before this it was grass, but this time, yeah, we can burn the cars, guys. Yeah, this is why my game is lagging. Yes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.